Hello, hello, and welcome to Candy's Crafts Corner. Happy Sunday evening. I hope you're all doing okay. Or more than okay. I hope you're doing great. Just trying to find the stuff here so I can see your comments. And here we go. Right. All right. Seems that everything seems to be working. That's good thing. Everything is my okay. All right. How are you doing? I'm finally settled. I don't know. Every time I think that I have everything super organized, there's something that goes straight. But anyway, here we are, focusing on the positive here. So today we are gonna play with the beautiful Nest of Winters paper. And this is one of the sets that the paper does so much already that even if you don't have the stamp set that goes with it or the bundle that goes with it, you can do so much with the paper. And that's what I want to focus on today. You have papers that are great for backgrounds. You have papers that are great to cut out the little guys. And I really love it. Hi, Deborah. How are you? So let's play with that. Okay. So these are the 4 cards that I came up with. They're not all use current material because I didn't get my birch embossing folder that goes with this set, which I wanted to get, but I didn't get it yet. So I'm using, I can't remember what this one was called, but something birch also, birch trees or something. This is not the 3D one that's in the catalog now. The one that's in the mini catalog is the Birch 3D embossing folder, and that would work as well too. But I want to show how you can use these papers with the materials that you already have also. So that'd be um, useful, I think. Thank you, Deborah. I'm glad you like the cards. I love these birds. So I've been fussy cutting lots of these birds and bigger ones as well to see what works better. And I plan to use them all. So, well, maybe not tonight, but they will be used at some point. All right, so let's start with card number 1, and card number 1 is gonna be this one. Okay, let me put the others away for now. Oh, I forgot. Well, we'll do this together. Forgot to put something inside here. So this card uses the Aspen tree dies or Aspen dies. They were in last year's catalog, and they've been with us for a while, and then they actually were offered as a celebration item. But if you don't have this one, I think the grove dice will work well, or the grassy grove dice, like those ones that have like the little trees. So that's gonna be a good thing for that. Like, let me put these birds away for now. So we have room to work with these. All right, so these are the materials for this. I've already pre-cut this, and this is the die that is in Aspen dies, and I'm using the 4x5 1/4, I believe. I'm just double check. I use that, and I love white on white cards for Christmas. I think that very elegant. Yes, 4x5 1/4. And then we need a card base. I'm using the heavy white cardstock. And then out of this paper, I cut these slightly smaller than the 4x5 1/4, so I can put it underneath and it doesn't get seen, but not small enough that it would show up here. So I'm just gonna tell you, I think it was 3 7/8 by 5 and 1/8. Okay. So this is very easy to put together because this paper is so cute. As I said, I like when the paper speaks by itself, and you can use it with not much effort. Create beautiful things. And we're gonna directly glue this DSP. You can use other DSPs too if you want this as a background. I just like the idea of the trees, and then you have the trees in front. So I like that idea of the forest of birch trees here. And this paper has some birds, and my only concern about this paper is that sometimes when you put this on top, you cover the birds like here, right? So you can actually deforest your forest a little bit, so to speak. And I did that here in some branches so you could have the peekaboo bird behind it. But you're never gonna know until you you put your car on top, like with your die cut piece on top. And the other thing is that if you give it enough height, you'll be able to see from the sides too. So you can choose to actually cut some branches here if it was covering, like, let's see how this works. These are getting covered up here, and maybe I want to see them. But at the same time, I don't know how to cut this that it still looks realistic, right? So you could cut this branch here, but I don't think I'm gonna do it. And this, if I cut this branch here, this tree will have no place to go unless I cut the whole thing. And I think it would be overkill. But anyway, maybe I can do it. Why don't we cut this so I can show you what I'm talking about? I'm gonna cut one tree and then just gonna go following the shape, which is kind of like an egg shape for this one. And then just cut this. And this happened because the paper, of course, I cut it. And this one that I use in my sample is from another section of the paper, so the birds may be in a different section. So that's one thing you can do. So this will be like that then. And then we see this bird here, and then this other bird picking up from here. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm still gonna put this in double dimensionals. So it has enough height. I think I did double dimensionals here, didn't I? No, I did simple. Maybe simple would be simple enough. Let's try that. Let's do simple. Well, one dimensional on each corner, and then I'm gonna put some mini dimensionals here in the trees to lift it from my background. And then the other thing, if you see, before we glue it all down, is that if you see these birch trees have some kind of shading there, and I want to do the same to mine in the front so they're not all white. So what I did is I got a sponge dauber, I got some crumb cake. It's one of the colors in this paper, and I just slightly did some lines across like this. Just, not in all of them, irregular, like these are. And when I think it needed it, that's up to you. Just a little bit to give the impression of the same kind of illustration. So this pops up as your 3D piece. Okay, we can always put a little bit more when this is glued down. We see how it goes. All right. Now, time to remove all the backing of the dimensionals. And now we adhere it on top. There we go. It's a little different than this one, and of course now we have to put the sentiment, but we see the birds there. This one gets a little cover, but that's enough. We know we're gonna put another baby here, so we'll see which one we choose. And I don't have any here pre-cut, but I do have my label. I'm not pre-cut, pre-selected, I mean. I think I want to save these little ones for my second card. How about this one? This guy looks cute, right? Okay, let's do that one. And this is from, okay, what is this from? Greetings of the Seasons, I believe. Let me double check. Yes, it is. Here it is. Greetings of the Season. I have to put this in a magnetic sheet because it's driving me crazy. Every time I open it, they jump all over the place. So that's why magnetic sheets are good for. And I have them right there. I just haven't got to it yet. But anyway, so I cut one of them and I like this one because it was square. It kind of goes there. And as I said, I'm doing the white on white. This bird is going to get covered, and this probably is going to get covered too, unless I put this one on the top. And because this is a tag, I'm just going to cover the whole because I'm not going to put my ribbon there. But this is going to look cute up there. So I need to put my sentiment on this side. And for the sentiment, I'm using Season Greetings from Greetings of the Season right here. I like that font. So, and I think it goes in there. It's the right size. You can use whichever message you want. And it doesn't necessarily have to be, this is Birds of Winter. This has the berries, but it could be just Birds of Winter. It could be a happy birthday for a birthday winter. For a winter birthday, I mean, sorry. And let me clean it before I decide on the color. And because this has, I use shaded spruce here, which is the color of these branches. But I think I'm gonna use, what am I gonna use? Maybe cherry cobbler, just for variety's sake, because then it will go with this red here. And this is cherry cobbler. So, and I happen to have it right here. So let's stamp that. And I'm using my mat, my foam mat, because this is a photopolymer stamp. I said I want it on the side so we can put the birdie on the other side. There we go. Isn't it nice font? I like it. It's very classy. All right, and then let me grab my shaded spruce because we're gonna spruce a little bit the branches of this die cut so the white gets a little bit more disguised. And I have another sponge dauber with the greens, I believe. Let me try that. This is the one. Yes, that's the one. Can you tell? All right. So we're just gonna go a little bit to these guys. That honestly, I should have cut that better. Just I like to have a little bit more variation. This is like where you're cutting your bangs. You know, you don't want them all like super straight in a line. You have to feather them a little bit. Says one that cuts her bangs on her own. Okay. And then looks a little bit more realistic, like some pine needles. Spruce needles. Okay, that got stuck there. There you go. I like it better. That's up to you, you know, however you want it. And we keep going with shaded spruce. You could have used another green if you wanted, because this has a little bit of garden green as well in my eyes. So either, just want some greenery there, so it's not so striking. The white. All right, that's it. And for the rest of the bird, I try to cut it very close. I'm not leaving. For other birds that I did leave the white outline when I fussy cut, but for these ones, I didn't want them. So, and because they were bigger, it's easier to cut on the line. All right, so let's put this together. Oh, actually, if we're gonna put a couple of these, which I don't know if I cut enough of those. I have these that are together. So let me sponge these two. See how they're different colors? This is a different color than this one. And it's in the same paper, but you know. And this is gonna be behind the bow anyway. All right. So now we're gonna put this here, this baby, making sure it covers our hole. So that's what I wanted. And that's where I'm gonna put. This tree actually can be used for something else. You never know. Don't throw anything, right? Or almost anything. How did it go? Like this. So this branch gets a little bit of glue. This branch gets a little bit of glue. And the baby, I think I put on the bird and I didn't need it. But anyway, it's here that it needs it. All right. So I'm going to take off a little bit of what I put there, just to avoid that it gets stuck in other things, with just a piece of paper. Just, and that, so it's not so tacky. Put it right there. There. And we're gonna prop this with dimensionals anyway. So I can always put the dimensional over there. If I put it high enough, we can kind of see peekaboo here, this little birdie. So I'm gonna do that. Gonna do that. So that's where it's gonna go. Now we need dimensionals. How many dimensionals do you use when you're crafting? I use so many. It's just like the one thing that I can always use more of. In my supplies, I mean. I have them. I remember once I ran out of dimensionals and my order hadn't arrived yet. And I was desperately looking for all the boxes of all paper pumpkins to see if there were some dimensionals left that I could use until my order arrived. It was kind of a dire. Same thing happened once with the. Hi, Kate. Thanks for joining. It's like, yeah, same thing happened to me also with glue dots once. It's like, oh my God, it's like, I don't have any glue dots. Tragic. All right, we're removing the dimensionals. And I should have curled this a little bit, like I did here. I can curl it with, oh, I dropped it. All right, there we go. Make sure the tail is in the frame because you don't want it to get stuck in and out of the envelope. There we go. See, and this feather that I actually cut, I'm going to lift up a little bit. Well, actually, I think I kind of overcut it. So let me get my bone folder. And lift this up a little bit. And his tail I'm gonna leave as is. I think I need a little mini dimensional behind this so it doesn't get caught. There we go. And of course, because I like glitter, I'm gonna use a little bit of Wink of Stella to make him pop a little bit more. I don't know if it's very seeable here on camera. I'll try to put it closer, just on the bird and all the, why not, on the greenery too. Remember that it just happened to me a little bit. I don't know if you can see it, barely seeable. But because there's alcohol in this, it may take some of the ink. So it may stain a little bit. Let me show you what I mean by that. Can you see how it took a little bit of the green from the leaves? So it just went a little bit to the label, but it doesn't matter because it's green like my leaves, so it gets these guys. All right, so I'm gonna curl this that we already used, and I'm just gonna put the Wink of Stella before applying it down to avoid any accidents. There, a little bit. And this is gonna be tucked in here with a glue dot. Right. And here we can put a, like the ribbon that I have here, the thread, which I don't know if I have any more of that one. Or, oh, I think it went out. See, I have this system, but I think I lost some in here. All right. Yeah, the green is here, but maybe I want to use this one, the cherry cobbler one. Yeah, why not? I'm going to use that one. Cherry cobbler it is. I have to fix this after the live. I'm not gonna do this now. Since I did this in cherry cobbler. The other thing I was thinking is that we can put some berries here in embellishment form. But since I want to put this other embellishments, it would be an overkill. Okay, and another glue dot for this. And that's it. That's the first card. Totally different when you put another bird, and you can put the label someplace else. It can be another shape label. This is just to give you some ideas. By the way, I did say that we're gonna use embellishments, and we will. So I'm taking my Take Your Pick tool today. Okay, I think I'm gonna put the big one there. Okay, this is resisting. I think my putty needs to be, it's a little dry, so I need new one. And I don't know if there's more here. May not be there. I have to, oh well. I have to replenish this, refill it. But right now, I'm just gonna use my trusty piercing tool. Yes. And then I'll put another big one in the trees here. And a little one in the sentiment. And another little one, because we want odd numbers. Where do I put it? Here. Well, one thing when you're using animals and birds, especially an embellishment, you don't want to put it right here because it would look like the embellishment is something else, right? So that's something to keep in mind, right? Okay, let me see from here. Like I need to see where does this belong? I think down here. I think down here. That's fine. All right. So that's the first card. And let's move on immediately to the second card. And the second card is gonna be this one. I like this card. It's very simple. As I said, I was waiting for the other embossing folder, and that's a vertical embossing folder. I guess you could use it. Well, I'll see when I get it. But anyway, I'm using this one for now. You can use any other ones. You just want some texture. I like the birch behind the birds. So that was the sentiment before with that. Oh, by the way, for this one, I forgot. I have one more element. That is that I cut a piece of the DSP that has the snow, and I'm gonna put it here. There. On the envelope, I've embossed the flap of the envelope with the same embossing folder. And it gets very pretty. It looks very pretty like that. Thank you. So that's your card. All right, moving on to this other card. Let me grab the materials. I'm using a base of shaded spruce, and then I'm using this is for an 8 by 5 3/8 of real red, just to give it the really Christmassy feel. And this is 4 by 5 1/4. So this is how it goes, right? So I'm gonna attach this first. This is a very fast card. So if you need to make a lot, that's a good one. I mean, it's fast when you have the ingredients or the elements, but of course you'll have to pre-cut and emboss all your parts if you're gonna make multiples of that. And you see just a sliver of red all around it. It's not in your face, but it still gives it a Christmassy color. I like that. It's the 16th of an inch, I think, what you see on all sides, more or less. And before I forget, we have the ribbon. This ribbon is a new ribbon that's a shaded spruce, satin and sheer ribbon. I love it. It makes great bows. And it's very pretty because it has like a center ribbon, and then it has like the more see-through part. By the way, Deborah, I hope you got yours because Deborah won a raffle a couple of weeks ago, and that this was her prize. This ribbon. So I'm just gonna cut a piece more or less for that. We're gonna center it, and you know how I like to do this, so I can adjust. Is that I put a little bit of Stampin' Seal Plus on each side. Okay. This is giving me shade and I cannot see what I'm doing. There we go. there. And then we fold it inside, and then we check if it's straight or crooked, or we want it farther up or down. I think this needs to be a little farther down, so you can lift it and move it down a little. It frays a lot if you pull it like I did, but it's because it's the end. I should have centered it a little bit more. Okay, now this looks a little there. I think this is good enough, right? All right, so, oh, great, Deborah. I'm glad that you got it. Then now that we have it like that, now that we can attach it to our card base, which is your regular size, that 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. Put extra on the ribbon so it adheres well. And I'm not putting more here because I have the adhesive, the stamp and seal, so that's fine. Another 16 of an inch on all sides gives us this beautiful frame. And now we have these guys. I've pre-cutted this already, and then, oh, don't tell me I don't have, okay, I don't have a label like this one, but I'm sure I can find another one. Let's see. This one is very small. I want a bigger one. Maybe I'll have to go get cut one. I thought I had more stuff cut. There's always something missing. I don't know how I do it. I have this one. This one will work. It's not as pretty though, right? Let me cut that for a second because I have everything there, so I can do it very, very quickly. If I can get out of here without throwing anything out. Sorry. I'm just grabbing a piece of paper, and I'm gonna use this beautiful label from Die, from Christmas Labels. Is this one here, see? And we're gonna use it and be right back. All the ones in Christmas Labels would work for different messages. Maybe we can try both. Since I'm cutting, let me cut these two and see. This may be too big, but no, the cut actually could work. Okay. Since my paper is big enough, I can cut both at the same time. All right. There we go. Put this back on its place. Also, they need the magnetic sheet because they go all over the place otherwise. But it will be done. This will stay for another moment. And now I think I'm going to use this one just for variety's sake. They're so pretty, these ones. They add a little something to your labels. All right, so we're going to make sure that everything fits. And it does. So, yeah, so now it's a matter of choosing the sentiment. I don't know if Peace on Earth will fit here, or there's another one. I do like Peace on Earth, actually. But they have better ones for these, because they have all these. Celebrate the holidays in all the ways. That's nice. Maybe we'll use that one. I love these fonts. I think this is a very nice set. All right, so I need a bigger block. See if I have one left. Yeah, there we go. And what do you think? Red or this is real red. This is not cherry cobbler. This is cherry cobbler, but my red is real red. You know what? I'm gonna use shaded spruce. And this is how it will go. So Mary will. Oh, this is Merry Christmas to you now. I want the other sentiment, the holidays one. Sorry, took the wrong stamp. There we go. This is it. There we go. Oh, I love this. And one word will go here, two words, and two words will go in this part, and then the middle one with the holidays. So it's like they're really, really stunning. Again, taking my foam mat, making sure there's enough ink, and then we just have to line this properly. Look how pretty. Isn't it nice? I love it. Love it. These fonts are fantastic. I love the Pisonneros. I love this one. Very, very nice. All right. So now we have all the elements. Oh, we need to do a little bit of the sponging on our greenery there. Not here. Just a little bit, because this doesn't have as much greenery as the other one. I love sponge daubers. I was showing my friend the other day. I'm helping her do a scrapbook for her father's 90th birthday. And she was here, and we're playing with some of my supplies. And I was telling her she's teaches kindergarten kids too. And I said how much they would love to play with the sponge daubers. And she agreed. All right. So now we are gonna place this first. Curl a little bit these guys. And I'm just gonna lift a little bit of this and give a little bit of roundedness to these guys. And this is gonna be up. And this one is gonna be down. And this one, they're very short, so there's not much you can do with them. These pieces. All right, so now they're kind of like, yeah, they're more sprucey. Sprucing up the spruce. I'm gonna put double dimensionals here where this guy's head is, and simple dimensionals in the other one. Just because I want him to lift up more. I think I have one more in here, or maybe right there, and maybe for these guys as well. You can always put more later, so at least the big ones have to be there. Perfect. I like it. So this has, maybe I need here, see? I do these tests and then you can adjust. I think this is good enough. All right. All right, so this is these guys, and now for sentiment. And I'm leaving a little bit of space here because I almost ran out of space for this bow, which you can decide not to do and just have the ribbon going behind it. But I kind of like the bow, gives a little bit more festiveness to it. So let's do the bow first, and then we'll put the label on top of it. I think that's gonna be better. I hope this is gonna be enough ribbon. It's also better to thread here. If it's not enough ribbon, it's gonna be a knot, okay? But no, I think there's enough ribbon for a bow. A little bow, which is what I want. It's perfect size ribbon. Look at that. Perfect. I don't even have to trim the tails. Nice. All right. Now we put this here, move this to the side, and this we're gonna be put in dimensionals. Don't know if we'll need double dimensionals. Maybe. No. We're gonna do simple. Simple dimensionals. Am I covering the stuff too much today? It's like every time I look up, it's like, oh, all I see is my hands. I hope you're seeing what I'm doing clearly. All right, so now we tuck it in underneath the tail, underneath this. There. And that's a car like it covered a little bit. Maybe if I curl this, we'll lift it up a little bit more. And that's our second card. Did I put dimensionals in? No, I did put this, which I almost forgot. Oh, good that I was looking at my sample here. Because I have here, which I forgot about, the white loose snowflakes. And they're so pretty. And you get so many of them. Look at this. There's so many. And how I do it is that's what I was using the take your pick tool, because that's very good, but I don't know where my extra putty is, so I don't know if I'll be able to use it. Let me see, because it's a little heavy. Oh, there we go. We got a little bit. Maybe it will work. Okay. Let's see. Grab this like this with your take your pick tool. Then I just put whatever I wanted. I put just a little tiny dot of glue, and then I just put this baby on top of. And I like it against the white and white because it kind of goes with my embossing technique here. Well, technique, it's not much technique, but you know what I mean. So my neighbor's going to a service. Oh, did I lose it? I did lose it. What is it? Oh, well, I'll get another one. All right. And then we're going to do, oh, there it is. I saw it now. One, and I put one in the sentiment, but this sentiment is different. So I may not put one in the sentiment. And then I'll just do 5 scattered around. So I'll put another one here. Oh, what happened? There's some green there. Where did that green come from? Let's use another one. Or let's use the back of it. I don't know where the green came from. Oh, my fingers. That's where they came from. Ta-da! More putty coming out. I'm just gonna do a couple more, because we always won. Well, I always won. I'm just gonna do the 2. dots at the same time. There we go. One there. Using my clean finger. And the other one there. There. They come in two sizes, but I used the big one. I think there's two sizes. There's one tiny, tiny one. It would be great also for shaker cards. Like a snow globe card. How about that? Don't look pretty. All right, so this is our second card of the day, the night. Cute, right? I like them. And then we're going for the third card. That is gonna be this one. So this one, I don't know if you remember the paper pumpkin alternatives that I did with the balloon, that where you put something in the middle and then you cut around it. So that's what I wanted to do with this one. I think I still need more space here, so I'm gonna try to move everything in my new card a little bit more to the right. Let's see, is this the one, the ingredients for that one? Oh, wait, I forgot to put the inside of the other card, but of the green card, but we can do one. You'll need something here. And you can use one of these, or you could, what else? You can cut a strip of the paper and put it. I think I'm gonna use this only for now. So I'm just gonna touch it very quickly because I was already moving to the next card, but I forgot to decorate the inside. I think that even if you can write on the inside of your card because it's light, it always looks more finished when you decorate the inside of your card. With whatever ink I have left over in here, I'm just gonna quickly sponge this. And just put a little bit of glue. And that's it. Just a little something, right? All right. So now we're for sure certain moving to this card. And I just have to find the materials for it. If I can find them. Yeah, there we go. So for this one, what I did, because this embossing folder that I'm using, that is not the one I wanted to use, is my disclaimer here. I wanted to use the one, the Birch 3D embossing folder that's vertical, but this wasn't. So I couldn't emboss the whole thing with my horizontal. So I had to kind of reverse emboss. See, this is the inside of the card where it has the emboss popping up, but it looks as nice, I think, with the embossing popping down. And for this card, that's what we're gonna use because that's the only way I could think of doing it. All right, so we're gonna glue here our elements, and I've pre-cut smaller birds because I thought that these maybe were too big, and we have the other paper where there were these birds here, and I think they will look very cute. And we have a chickadee here. And then we have this one here. Maybe I'll put this one in the middle. And we have a fourth one, but I think it was going to be overkill to put a fourth one here. Do I want to put this one or this one? Kind of like the chickadee. So then what we could do is that in the middle, we can just put these elements like that. And I think there was yes, pine cone. And it's too big. Maybe Maybe I won't do the pine cones. Maybe I'll just do, yeah, I don't know. I think that's good enough. Maybe, I don't know. I kind of like that. But the pine cone doesn't go. No, just the birds. Just the birds. And maybe I'll just do this one because it's a little bigger. Leave the chickadee for later. All right, see, this is all like creation in the moment here. All right, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna save my chickadee. And this is how I'm gonna glue them. So first we glue them. Thank you. I'm glad you like it, Deborah. Important that it has to be well glued. So now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I could use my silicone mat to make sure that I don't. The silicone mat is a great tool if you're doing more refined gluing, that you need to go to the extremes. And then I'm gonna remove some of the extras, so I don't want any of the extras. And I'm placing them not exactly in the middle, a little bit farther down. Right, sorry, farther right. All right, so that goes there. And then this baby is gonna go here in the middle. So I think my scissors need some, my tweezers need some cleaning because they're very tacky. And I have these alcohol wipes pads that are so handy to have next to your station. Right, bird number 2. See, even like cleaned it, is still. And then bird number 3. I technically could do these, but I want to make sure that they're well adhered. So and this guy goes like that. A little bit farther down. All right. So let me remove this so we don't have any accidents. So now what we're gonna do is just gonna go around and cut like an outline around this card. I use here, so they always recommend when you're using white that you use the thick white because this one is thinner. If you're mailing it overseas, it's good that it's a little lighter. And also if you're doing this kind of work, it's gonna be easier to cut if it's a little lighter, the cardstock. So I'm using the regular basic white cardstock. And I'm just gonna go around, not super precise outline, but kind of like, right. It's hard to do on camera because I have my phone right here, my nose, and I would do it closer to me, but I want you to see it. And here that there's a separation, I'm just gonna do like kind of like a wave. And the same thing for the end. I'm gonna get there. I'm just gonna do like a wavy thing so it's not pointy. And I'm just gonna do the same here. I'm just gonna do it more wavy. Oops. I cut something I didn't. Oh, it's right there. Yes, that's it. All right. So now we have this. It looks cute already, right? Save this for something else. It could be a good thing for a label or something. To put a label on top of it. Now, I have chosen one piece of DSPs from the birds as well, as you can see, and I like this one. My thought was if I wanted it to have the outline like this or if I wanted it flush. And I think I'm gonna try it flush for this one because I think it looks nicer than that. So that's why I didn't cut it a little smaller. So I cut it at 5.5 and I think it's 2 inches. Yeah. And I feel that this is a little lifted, so I'm just gonna pull it down before I glue it. And now I have a little bit more room to put my sentiment there. Actually, I could actually cut it a little smaller, actually, and give more room because I moved the birds to the side. So why don't we do that? I'm just gonna cut it like a 1/2 inch, maybe. Hopefully. Oops, where's my cutter? Over there. 1 second. There we go. I think 1/2 inch will do it. Hopefully. Maybe I should measure it again. Why don't we? If I do 1/2 inch, that would be like so. And I just want to see. Yeah, maybe I'll do not quite 1/2 inch. I'm gonna do 1/4 inch and a little bit more. Saving this piece. I'm gonna glue this here. Gonna measure it, make sure that yes, it works, right? Because if it didn't, I would cut a new piece of paper, but it does, so no need. Right. All right, so that's it. It's simple, right? Well, that's not it. Now we're gonna put our sentiment there. I don't know if now will fit in this tiny little space that I left, but it kind of does. I just have to put it instead of in dimensionals. I'm just gonna put it flush. And this is from what is it called? Autumn something. I forgot. I'm so sorry. It's the tree trunk, and I have the tree trunk. What is it? Okay, I don't even have the tree trunk, so I have to go get it. Autumn Expressions. That's what it's called. I saw somebody commenting here, Daryl. Deborah, I don't know if this is somebody you know or if it's just a random person, because it's not cool to do that on a live, I don't think. So if you don't know that person, I'm going to remove that comment. I'm sorry, Daryl, but that's not the way to do it. All right, so I'm going to use crumb cake. I'm going to stamp off. All right, so I'll remove that comment, Deborah, because that's not cool. Just gonna get a scrap of paper to stamp off. And you know, usually you stamp it and then die cut it, but you know, because I didn't want to die cut off camera, it came a little crooked. Let me see if I can do it the other way. It's just very hard to make it coincide. First off, this is not oh, maybe I'll do it like this. Yeah, that's another way to do it. There we go. Oh, I dropped it. Oh well. It doesn't matter because, oh, perfect. Look, it worked. All right, let me see if I can. I don't know if I can remove the comment live. I'll do that later. Hide or report this. Perfect. Okay, well, I'll do that later, Deborah. And then I have here the love and joy. And I think I'm going to use shade spruce for this one this time because there's a lot of shade spruce in these birds now. And where's my mat? The other one was Autumn Expressions. Is it has the foam already incorporated, but this one doesn't. So you need some cushioning. And I'm using Love and Joy. That is from Greetings of the Season. Just a little thing to put there. I wanted a small sentiment because there's not that much room in this. And then we are gonna just put some thread here. I'm gonna make a big bow with my thread. This feels different than regular thread. I wonder if it's from a paper pumpkin because this is not your other one. But yeah, I don't like how it looks. Let me find the proper thread. The proper one. I saw it before. Isn't it always the same when you're live that things happen? I have this one. I can use the red. Let me see if it works. If I have enough of the red one. I don't know if it's gonna have enough. No, it's too small. All right. Plan number 3. I have the thread here. I don't know. Oh, there we go. As I said, I have to organize my thread jar. There we go. There we go. All right. All right, a big bow like that. We're here with a glue dot. If I can find them, where did I leave? Here. Now this needs to go here, so I need to make this a little smaller so it doesn't go out of the car, so to speak. And then we'll cut the tails a little bit. You can tell these are not my ribbon scissors, right? And then we're just gonna put this here with 2 dimensionals on each side. There. And now we're gonna have some greenery here that I thought I had pre-cut and now I cannot find, but well, yes, I did find it. There we go. The little branch here. Just gonna put a little bit of glue and we'll finish it up with some embellishments of the berries. There. And the berries embellishments that I adore, cherry cobbler and pearl adhesive back berries. Look, they were next to my dimensionals and one got stuck here. And they come in 3s. They also come in 1s, but yeah, I like it. So that's card number 3. I hope you like it. I think I like it. I like it with the smaller birds. I mean, the other one is cute too, but this one you see more of the shade. So they both have positives and not so positives. Well, not negatives, right? But things that I like better. But I like them both, so that's a good thing. All right. So moving on to the last card of the night, which is very, very simple. So we're gonna be very quick with it, which is this card. Where is it? Right here. So from time to time, we get papers that are like so easy to just cut the paper and let me show you what I mean by that. And use it. Here it is. Look, if you get this sheet of paper, all you have to do is cut 3 pieces and 3 pieces. Cut it here at 5 1/4, which is what I did. And on this side of 5 1/4, you end up with a strip in the middle that you can use for the side here. See? And you have beautiful cards. You can stamp directly. If you want simple stamping, you can just stamp directly here. Like I have cut them here. So you could put your sentiment right here and that's it. But I wanted to step it up a little bit more because you know me, I don't do simple. I always do something a little bit more. And that's what I did with this one. So let me put it together for us. I'm using glitter paper also to give it a little bit of more oomph. And I don't know if I should use this one or I think I like this one. Yeah, I think I like this one. So here's my glitter paper. It's a white, this is the white petal pink, white and something else glitter paper. It's on the catalog. Regular catalog that I'm using This is punched out of, this is Spotlight of Nature, and this is punched out with the smaller circle punch that we have, the 1.25, is it? I can tell you immediately. 1.75, sorry. 1.75 circle punch. Very, very useful. And you know what I always say? I don't want to waste all this glitter paper underneath the card that you're not going to see. So we're going to cut out of it. So I'm going to put it at the 1/2 inch there, going to the 1/2 inch more or less. Because I have to be super precise because I'm going to turn it around because we're not going to see more than a 1/16 of an inch. So it doesn't matter. I just want to use it for something else. There. And the other side. We have a perfectly good piece of glimmer paper, I think it's called. I always call it glitter paper. Sometimes I call it glimmer paper, sometimes I call it something else. So anyway, so I'm saving that for another day. And we're gonna put this here first. Just glue with, let me take the thread, linen thread out of there. There. This one I did use the thick cardstock, but if you're gonna, as I said, mail it overseas, it makes it more expensive, so you can use the thin cardstock too. And it's okay. All right. And this will go like that. Oh, I didn't put the, oh, candy. Forgot to do that. Okay, let me take it off. Sorry. We'll be back to this. Nothing's gonna be seen, so I can totally use that. But I'm gonna use my mat not to make a mess of things. Because what we should have done is what I did in my original card, that I assembled this first, then to put the little silver thread there. And because this is hard to adhere to, I'm using Stampin' Seal Plus. All right. There you go. This needed to be a little bit farther in. Oh, there we go. I don't know how I managed to move it, but I managed to move it. All right, so now we're gonna go for the silver thread. My hands are so tacky with the glue that everything is getting stuck here. Now this is all gluey, so I'm gonna remove it so that we don't. Okay, all right. You know what? Let me get another alcohol wipe and clean my hands so I can properly continue. There we go, my fingertips. All right. Remove this. And now we're gonna put, this is the top, no? It wasn't the top, it's good to check. Put a little bit of stamping seal there on the sides. To put our silver thread. And I want them crossed. So one, I'm going up, and then I'm going. Oh, I want them crossing over here. So there we go, more or less like that. That's how I want them. Farther up, and we're gonna put our label here. So that should work. So now that I like it like that, I'm just gonna cut it. And to keep them in place, because they tend to move, I'm just gonna have a little piece of I didn't see. Oh, see how it moved? Oh, darn. There. Let's see, that's still in place. Yeah, I like it like that, a little bit more separate. There. Now I nail them down with my tear and tape. Just a little bit. And now we're ready to attach it, finally. Sorry that I jumped the gun there. Sometimes it doesn't matter what you do first, but sometimes it does matter. So improvisation only gets so far. I'm gonna put a little bit more glue because now it dried, the one I had put. Here I have the tear and tape, so I don't need to put more glue there. And there we are, looking cute. It didn't cross what I wanted, but I can make it cross what I wanted, more or less. I hope, yes. And once I can put my circle down, it will stay, because we'll put a dimensional right on top of it. All right, so I'm gonna do cherry cobbler to pick up the red from this baby here. So cherry cobbler for my sentiment, that's gonna be again the season's greetings, which conveniently I didn't cherry cobbler before, so I don't have to clean my stamp. That's a coincidence. There. What I'm gonna do different than in my original card, which is right here, I'm gonna show you again in a second, is that I put dimensionals underneath the glitter circle that I cut from the nature Spotlight of Nature. Sorry. But, and then I use more dimensionals. I think that's dimensional overkill. So I'm just gonna glue this directly on that and then just put the dimensionals underneath the glitter, because that's where we want it anyway, because it has to go over the thread there, the silver thread. I'm putting more glue than usual because, as I said, is the glitter, it's harder to stick to. All right. Make sure they center, and it is. And now we put dimensionals. First off, I'm gonna put a dimensional right there to keep this crossing where I wanted them to. And then I can just put one on each side. With these things, be sure not to put the dimensionals covering the holes, because it will be seen through it. I'm just gonna put one on top and one on the bottom. You know what I mean? If you put it right here, you will see through the hole and it will not look nice, but removing the backings. This is a little bit further up than I wanted to, but I don't want to cover so much of the art too. So that's how you improvise with this kind of paper, where you want to put your sentiment. All right, and then same thing that we did before. We decorate the inside with a piece of the paper, and that's it. All right. So here are our 4 cards of the night. Again, recap. All using the beautiful Nest of Winter DSP. And some messages of your choice. Did I have anything to embellish this? No, I didn't put. Oh, I put some of these. Let me just do that. These are, by the way, I didn't say before, I did a iridescent faceted gems. I love them because they are very shiny. And they go very well with the glitters, I think. So I'm just gonna use one big one there and one small one there and another big one over here. All right. So this is not my first card. We're missing one. Which one are we missing? Oh yeah, the cutout of the birds. Yeah, there, this one. All right. Which one is your favorite? If you want to play favorites. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed them all. I hope that it inspired you to use this paper. This paper is only $12.50 and you can get so much out of it. Like you can get, there's 2 sheets of this, so you could make 12 cards with 2 sheets of paper, and then you can use all the other ones. Cutouts for other cards or other projects. You can use them for tags because these little birds can be used for so many things. All right. And anyway, so hope you enjoyed it. Next week we'll see. I hope to get the paper pumpkin, Christmas paper pumpkin. I can't wait. I don't think it will get before next week, so I have to think of something for next week. And this paper pumpkin that you can subscribe to until Thursday, is it, or Friday the 10th, coordinates with these birds. So I'm very, very, very excited to have them to see what's in the paper pumpkin box. I know it coordinates with it, but we don't know exactly what's in it. So it will be fun. All right. So I'll see you all next week. Have a beautiful week. Enjoy your week and keep safe. Bye. Thank you for watching. Bye, Deborah.